Thank you, Ayo. Hello and welcome to Lagos Studios. I am Mureni Keji Oladuti. The chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Uche Sage, SAN, has a piece of advice for the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in last Saturday's election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Sage is counseling him to accept defeat in the presidential election and refrain from challenging the outcome in court. The senior advocate is of the view that aside from losing elections, Atiku would also lose in the court because, according to him, the election complied substantially with the rules of election, as noted by both local and foreign observers. He urged him to maintain his dignity and earn the respect of Nigerians and the world by congratulating Buhari, just as former President Goodluck Jonathan did in 2015. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Kwara State has rejected the outcome of last Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections in the state, as announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Addressing the press conference in Ilorin, the state capital, the Kwara State PDP chairman, Kola Shitu, said the party took the decision after a thorough review of the conduct of the election, which it said was marred by widespread irregularities in different parts of the state. Shitu acknowledged that the election was largely peaceful. The party's agents reported that the exercise was fraught with several discrepancies, such as card readers' failure, overvoting, and inflation of figures. He added that the PDP agents were also harassed and intimidated by some compromised security officials who complained that card readers were not used for voting in their polling units. Shitu refused to confirm if the party will go to the tribunal to seek redress, but the party will take every lawful means to pursue its rights.
Election held in Kwara over the weekend cannot be said to be free, fair, and credible. It is on this basis that our party is rejecting the result of the presidential and National Assembly election announced by INEC. The outcome of the exercise did not in any way represent the will of the majority of the electorate. Therefore, we will further review the circumstances surrounding the conduct of the election and take every lawful means to pursue our right.
Reactions have continued to trail the just concluded presidential election, while some section of the public celebrates Buhari's re-election as well-deserved, others alleged of gross misconduct and disenfranchisement of the vast majority of voters. Legal practitioner who spoke with IATV News in our Lagos studios today argues that the judiciary whose responsibility it is to interpret the law for true democracy to strive is lacking the confidence of the people. Barrister Abdulaziz Jimo called for a rigid of the structure of judiciary to engender hope and confidence that the true votes of Nigeria people vacant.
Absolutely not. There is just the basis for the average man on the street having confidence in the judiciary. It's not there. There is no basis at all for it. Unless you want to pretend that things are all right and want to bury our head in the sand. What has happened, it seems, even to your average man on the street out there, it seems that the executive deliberately, in anticipation of whatever, deliberately and illegally removed Justice Onoye. It's a dangerous trend for any society. A society where the last hope of the common man can be toyed with impunity. It's a dangerous trend.
Osun State Governor Boyega Oyetola slashed the people of the state to celebrate the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari. Some candidates of the All Progressives Congress who won seats in the National Assembly elections also joined in the celebration. The governor said the celebration was to rejoice with the people whose votes count and also to thank them for supporting the party. The candidates and members of the party, the latest victory is a statement to the earlier victory of the party in the September 2018 governorship in the state.
We thank God that in vain. We thank God for assuring us that Muhammadu Buhari will still run the country, the state of affairs of the country, for the next 4 years. He has done very well, and people have confidence in him. I'm proud that Osun is one of those states that gave Muhammad the victory today. I thank everybody, I thank all our people for this wonderful opportunity to have allowed us to use our vote to bring Muhammad Buhari back to the seat of power for the next 4 years.
Osun is one of the states that the APC won. Not only won the presidency, but we won convincingly in the National Assembly election. Out of the 3 senatorial seats on offer, we won 2, and convincingly in Osun Central senatorial seat, we beat our opponent with more than 26,000 votes. Also, in the West senatorial seat, we also won. And out of 9 House of Representative seats that is on offer, we won 6 convincingly. And at the end of the day, we gave a very good margin against the PDP. That belied the allegations of the PDP that they were the strong party during the last governorship election. This victory shows emphatically that Osun is APC and APC is Osun.
We are here to celebrate the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari and our candidates. We are also here to further show the strength of APC in the state of Osun. When we had the governorship election, we won PDP in 18 local governments. Again, during this election, we won PDP again in 18 local governments. This is to show that...
And Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode, in his congratulatory message to President Muhammadu Buhari and his Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for their success as the polls said the victory was not just a confirmation of people's love for the president, but an attestation that Nigerians were happy with the progress of the federal government has made in the last 4 years. He expressed confidence that the President Buhari-led administration will consolidate on the achievements of the last 4 years and justify the renewal of his mandate by millions of Nigerians at the poll. A special prayer accompanied by Thanksgiving has been held in Ilori, the Kwara State capital, in celebration of the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari. This is just as the Buhari Support Organization assures the people of the state of more dividends of democracy in his second term. Supporters of the All Progressives Congress and Islamic clerics gathered at the family house of the APC governorship candidate Abdurrahman Abdulrazak for the Islamic prayers over the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari and success of the party in the state. They expressed delight over the APC electoral victory, but wants the president to do more to provide dividends of democracy.
This is very, very audible to the deaf and very visible to the blind that the 8th National Assembly were against the success of this government. Every Nigerian, we are looking towards President Muhammadu Buhari to actualize all the principle he has that is based on social justice and what he called war against corruption.
Of course, he has the highest vote, 15.6 million voters. But the challengers, I mean, you can't ignore 12 million voters, who also contested. I mean, so in fact, in the parliamentary system of government, they have the right to form political party, to be part of the government. And I think these are the issues we need to look at later. We also need inclusive constitution. This idea of winner takes all, should give way to participants win all.
Buhari Support Organization, BSO, Kwara State Chapter, wish to facilitate with Kwara State, in particular for the liberation struggle achieved through the ballot box, have successfully proved beyond reasonable doubt that President Muhammadu Buhari
and more African leaders have sent in congratulatory messages to President Muhammadu Buhari on his re-election. King Mohammed IV of the Kingdom of Morocco described President Buhari's victory as an affirmation of the level of confidence Nigerians have in their president, with a promise to work with him to advance the interest of both countries. Guinea leader Alpha Omar Condé, in its message, described the re-election of President Buhari as a dose of hope for the West African region. Professor Condé expressed confidence that the cordial relations between Nigeria and Guinea will continue to deepen more. President Buhari has also received congratulatory messages from the presidents of Ghana, Niger, and Senegal. And away from that, Justice Nnamdi Dimba of the Federal High Court Abuja has found retired Vice Marshal Tony Omeyi guilty of the amended 3-count charge brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The judge consequently sentenced him to an accumulated of 21-year jail term of 7 years on each of the 3 counts. Omeyi, whose jail term will run concurrently, was arranged by the EFCC in 2016 along with his company, Huzi Nigeria Limited, for abuse of office and money laundering to the tune of 136 million naira and 323,000 naira. He had pleaded not guilty to the charges. Delivering judgments today, the trial judge noted that the explanations given by the defense in the course of trial were not credible enough, and thus the court was satisfied that the prosecution proved its case beyond every reasonable doubt. Justice Dimba also added Huzi Nigeria Limited, being a corporate entity, to forfeit the sum of 60 million naira in the custody of AFCC to the federal government. And over now to Adeboyega Labiron on the business news. Hello, Adeboyega.